We're on step 3 out of our 5-step process for adding our new feature. We scaffolded out our component and we added a route for it. Now we just need to make sure that our user can actually navigate to it from the posts index component. We're going to focus that in this section right now. Looking back at our mockups, you'll notice that on the top right-hand side of our index route, we've got what looks like a button up here. And whenever the user clicks it, they expect to be taken over to the new post form here on the far right. Navigating between different routes with React Router is really straightforward. React Router has what's called a link component that we can use to link a component from one route to another. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. So in my posts index file, at the top, I'm going to import link from React Router. So link right here is a actual component, just like any other React component that we're working with, just like a div or our post index component right here. It can show up as actual HTML in our document. When we place it in a component and actually render it, the link component ends up as an anchor tag or an aid tag. So let's go ahead and give this a shot. We're going to go ahead and expand our div here. I'm going to add a new div with a class name of text XS right. And this is just serving the purpose of some styling here. Now let's go ahead and add our link tag. So we'll say link, and then we specify where we want to link the user to. So we'll say to posts new. So we just type in the exact route that we want to take them to. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a class name on here just to make it look like it's an actual button. So we'll say button btn button primary. And then we'll close our link tag, and I'll add some text in here, add a post. Okay, let's go ahead and save this. And now we'll go back over to the browser. I'll refresh, and I get my nice button over here, add a post. So I'm going to inspect this button now, and you'll see in the inspector, sure enough, it really does show up as an anchor tag, and it links to post/new. So let's go ahead and click it, and great, takes us over to our create form, just what we expected. Linking between different routes really is this easy with React Router. It's probably one of the best features of React Router in general. One of the best benefits of this link tag right here is that since it manifests itself as an anchor tag, it behaves like one as well. So I can do stuff like, say, right-click it and open link in new tab, and I get my new form right here. This is one of the best things about React Router in general, is that all the links behave like true links. In a lot of other JavaScript applications out there, clicking a button like this is not necessarily tied to an anchor tag, and it's not necessarily tied to a different route in our application. Clicking a button like this in, say, an Angular application might just show the user a create form on the page, but it won't necessarily be a distinct URL. And of course, Angular can do exactly the same thing as React in this regard. I'm not saying that it doesn't, but there's a little bit more of a temptation of not always treating these different views and other frameworks as different routes. Whereas with React Router, you just get that behavior out of the box. It always works that way. It's really great. Okay, so this completes step 3, being able to navigate over to our new feature. Let's go ahead and continue in the next section, where we will implement the form that a user will use to enter their blog post into.